Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode we're going to be trying another new list. We're going back to Xuna today, and I wanted to try something that uses one of the units we haven't used quite yet, and if you haven't guessed by the title of the list already, it is going to be Dr. Feelbad. So, if you don't know what Dr. Feelbad does, essentially what he does is no damage whatsoever, but increases the damage that everything else does towards it. So, for this to work, what I wanted to do is find a few different ways of getting additional points of damage in. So the very first and most obvious one here is hidden in the corner here is our little Bananamus of Maximus. So if we get both of these triggers on already, instead of Maximus dealing 2 damage, he's going to be dealing 6. So following that up, we've got Broken Vengeance. So because Broken Vengeance can chain back and forward with the attacks, that can potentially be a lot more damage than we'd otherwise get. And also Ursic Scatterbind here, so making more and more copies of the Scatterbind, each one deals 3 damage. Huge amount of output there. These are all very cinder intensive, so we're going to be looking for things that, trying to get a situation where we get a lot more cinder, and to do so we're going to use Fixer. So Fixer giving us Infuse, getting that extra resource should be really helpful. To top it off as well, we've got Taria, so giving Rapid Fire to something, probably to Broken Vengeance or just to Rickety, but Rickety giving double triggers, Taria having potentially 2 triggers provided for that as well. Can buff Fixer if we need to. Another way of all just capitalising on Feelbad. Detonia's in here just for some good AoE, and because if we come against another Xuna, having that out of line of sight is really useful. And then Crash. Crash being able to hit things twice. I'll admit Crash gets a little bit too big for Feelbad to really matter, but it's a lot of damage coming through. So the last option we've got here is just Arms Dealer Yuki. Yuki I've put in the list because Yuki's been one of my favourite finishers so far. So since we started playing the new version of the game, Yuki just feels like a really good way of having some late game value, make your other units just do that little bit more, so if we can't get Feelbad to work or if it's a bit too slow, we've got another option there as well. So hopefully this will be fun and we can jump into a game and see what we can figure out from here. If you're enjoying the content, please do like, comment, subscribe, join us over on Patreon in the description down below, and whatever way you can support the channel is really appreciated, especially comments really would mean a lot to me, so the more I hear from you, the happier I am. But for now, I'll see you in game. Okay, we have found a game. We're against Shot by Small, and hopefully we can have some fun with our Xuna and Dr. Feelbad's list. Again, as usual, you can tell I'm in a completely different set of clothes from the last time we recorded the intro. It has been a little while, but hopefully we can have a bit of fun. I've just noticed there's a hole in Zax's mine. That's very bizarre. I'm not quite sure why there'd be a hole in the character model there, but either way, I'm glad to be in game, and hopefully we can have some fun here. So, okay, so there are the control points. I don't think that's too bad for us. We should maybe... Does Toltecan quite get in there? Yeah, it does. So that's nice. We do love Toltecan. Our favourite little friend. So, I could try and go in that general direction. I actually think just moving up in general is fine. Creating an obscuring area about here makes the most sense to me. Just hide everything we can do. And then for turn 1... So we're not going to need all of our Cinder yet, so let's just pop good old Maximus down, because if there's a world in which he can get move, shoot, move, we might be able to hold this objective next turn with that alone, and we might as well assign Dardo onto Maximus. Oh, there's no line of sight, so onto Toltecan it is. So let's see what our opponent does. So Shot by Small is our big important person here, and also Bananamus. Ring, 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 Bananamus. Okay, so that's theirs. I doubt they're going to have anything in line of sight for us to shoot, but if we can get up here, that would be nice. Especially if we can get the the Maximus, the Magenta move as well. Okay, so what do we want to do follow up? It's probably Broken Vengeance or Detonia. So there's Zax. I mean, Taria's a 3 cost now, which is strange, but makes sense in this situation. So that's their Deadeye. Okay. So this feels like maybe it could be a good Detonia list, but then again, if they've got their Maximus out as well, then maybe this is just Broken Vengeance is the answer, because they can't shoot it effectively. Yeah, so can Maximus get... Wow, Maximus is fast these days. I know they did increase his move speed, I believe. So do we have any lines of sight onto things we actually want to shoot? We can get like a 40% chance onto them. It's not too bad. If we go for the 40 and we hit it, that's really good. But I think we're better off just going for the shots onto this. You don't take any risks. And just pop ourselves probably just back here. Is that going to be on the objective? Yeah, it is. We'll do that. Okay, so then we're going to move Xuna straight forwards. Toltecan's going to do the same, go in this direction. And then we can use... So we can deploy Broken Vengeance just back here, try and keep safe. And we can just make sure we use our abilities here. So Majan's going to cover this angle. And I guess here we put Dardo onto Broken Vengeance. In fact, we probably should have left it on Maximus because that was what was most at risk, so I feel like that was a mistake to do. Okay, so what's their option going to be? The fact that Broken Vengeance gets 3 attack now is awesome. Back to what he used to be in terms of attack. And I think actually that's his original stat line, 3-7. Because I think then they changed him to a 2-9. So what is shot by small gun? Yeah, so they are going to go here, which is definitely a reason to have left the buff here. Which is kind of silly, but oh well. I should not have done this. But again, we might be able to just reapply it next time. Put it back on, heal a bit more. Is it end of turn? End of turn, yeah. So we can heal at the end of turn. We can also block this off. We're holding objective points and they might not be. And also with Deadeye there, we're going to be able to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage off of Deadeye, which is quite nice. This mine, however, I'm not sure I agree with. If we want to, we can actually just shoot the mine with Maximus and then use Broken Vengeance up here. So it depends what they're going to deploy now is the interesting thing. Ooh, if they're deploying forwards, that could be not too bad for us. Okay, yeah, deploying back makes more sense. It's their Broken Vengeance. Okay. Okay, so how can we go about doing this? So, honestly, I think Maximus is probably what we want to shoot here. If we get both of these shots, it's a lot better for us. We can bring Broken Vengeance in here for a half-decent shot. Hide Maximus back in this direction. We'll just take that one onto Deadeye. Good. Now, do we have a defensive unit we can bring back here? Honestly, Taria is fairly defensive, so we can just put Taria back here. We're going to want to move Toltecan up a little bit. And Xuna as well. And this is where we're going to deploy Majan, just in this little gap here. So they can move up and go for Broken Vengeance, but we're kind of okay if they do anyway. And we are going to move Dardo back here. No reason to howl anything. There we go. So what we're doing here is we're actually putting pressure on in a points capacity, which means that we might even want to consider putting Fixer out. Given that we're going to have 4 next turn, I think we're probably looking at Fixer and Rickety Backfire this next turn, and we can start maybe taking advantage of the extra bounties and just push through for a win in that respect. And then we've just got really fun big things to play after that, which is awesome. So I feel like our positioning here has been really nice, like especially with this. It's going to make it hard for them to hit anything except Broken Vengeance, and obviously Broken Vengeance gets to attack back. So, yeah. Oh, we missed and they hit. That's so unfair. 90% and they hit, we miss. Okay, so what's their follow-up from there? If it's Maximus, he's going to take a lot of damage. We're not too far off of Feel Bad, which is where all our big damage burst comes in. Okay, they're pulling us around somewhere. That doesn't quite pull us off the objective, but it might allow them to put something onto it. Okay, so this is just another mine, so we're not too worried about that. Yet they miss because they're in that area. So Toltecan can actually deal with the mines while Broken Vengeance helps deal with things further away. Okay, missed, which is nice. And Maximus... Okay, I think they're kind of tanking a little bit and not quite figuring out what needs to be done. Yep, so we can move in here and just get Toltecan to attack that. So now that Maximus is back there, we can Dardo over here.
Can't waste a cinder.
And we can try and get their Deadeye. Dead. So pop up here, get our nice decent shot off. There we go. That beautiful animation, love it. Okay, so if we move up here, again we can just deploy this field. Maybe even a little. Actually, I kind of like it where it is. Don't know if we really need to move it because they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. So maybe we actually do want to defend Broken Vengeance a little bit, because these things can take the hits. Which also means that Taria can potentially just pop down and poke something. Honestly, I actually think she's better off exactly where she is. And we'll just deploy Rickety back here. And Fixer as well. Yep, I think this is pretty reasonable. I don't think we need to do anything else here because we're going to try and push for the points win. So just make it so that if they come too near us here, we're going to be able to beat them on points. So they're probably going for something big because they've got 7 leadership. And this is a level 78 player if you can't already tell. So there's a good chance they at least reasonably know what they're doing. It may be they're just getting used to the new format, trying to figure things out. Because this here isn't a... Yeah, it's not what I'd be calling an optimal play, but if it reveals something they want to hit, then that makes sense. I absolutely love the damage of Xuna. Not damage, the like, utility of Xuna. She's just amazing. This here, combined with the healing, is absolutely incredible. Okay, so the Broken Vengeance chain, yep, there we go. Which is interesting though, because now I believe that we should be able to get in range with Toltecan and kill Broken Vengeance. And we're in still a really solid spot, and we can maybe even just get our... Oh, in fact, we could get the Rickety combo off and go for 10 damage. That could be awesome if that comes off. Especially depending on where they deploy. So we could get what? I don't say it could be 20 damage, couldn't it? Because we could rapid fire it. Explode twice. 10, 20 damage. Yeah, we could potentially get a kill next turn with a Rickety combo. Okay, not so much now. There goes Arya. Okay. Lots of things coming down. Funnily enough, what's the range of our ability here? Is it really short now? Is this going to be long enough? Do you know what? I'm going to move to here in case it is. It looks like it could be, but I can't see the circle right now. Is out of range. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, so what do we do here? So this doesn't do anything either. We could just go here and try and blow up Arya in one shot. Honestly, I think just going here and throwing ourselves straight at Zax is probably the call I want to go for here right now. Toltecan can just run away. So we'll just go for this. See if we explode. We do. So that's everyone dead. And we'll just start going for shots. I think here we're just going to push on the captains. Seize initiative here. Shoot over here. Let's get Yuki in down here. Okay, so we're still running out of time a little bit as well, but I think we've got most of our damage in there, and because we've pushed the enemy captain down so low, yeah, we've got the points advantage. We've still got Fixer here, who can potentially just get us extra points as and when we need to. Yeah, so this is all fine. And then you've got one thing to follow up, so you can choose what you use. But if we can just push enough damage here, we're absolutely fine. We've got loads of Cinder, so being able to use multiple abilities here should be awesome. Ooh, Scattervine. Okay, so they can make one more Scattervine. I love Arms Dealer Yuki though. Like, Arms Dealer is so good. So, Arya's what we need to take out here is the interesting part of this, because that just stops us scoring points. and we can go for a points victory here. So if they go over there, we're going to just try and find other ways of dealing with that. Like, pretty sure Tolkien can get in range for that. That looks as though it might be able to. And plus if we move this, it's even easier. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, the miss is nice. Okay. So the other option is, can we kill their captain? I think we're going to be slightly short, but not a world apart. Ooh, we're taking big hits on our captain though. Okay, so the turn has happened on both sides. So what's the biggest ranged attack we've got? Fixer is 2. So we know we can go for 4, which puts them at 7. I think the most important thing to do here is fire sale. And see what happens. So we've got a flamer over here, which is really nice actually. Because we can just move over here, flamer all of these, take a shot. There we go. So we only need to do 5 damage. Maybe we have put ourselves in a bit too much of a risk. Can we get there? No, we're just short. So I think we have to head over here.
Just having a bit of fun. Let's make a deal.
Okay, so what if we shoot here? We can move down this way. We can use Yuki to block in here.
Feels like yesterday.
Can't Dardo ourselves. Fixer can just stay there, and we... quick. Feel bad. Okay, we've got Feel Bad down. That was the point of the list. I'd be very upset if we didn't. And then next turn, hopefully we can get some damage in with Feel Bad. Okay, so they've got 3, 4, 5. Oh, I forgot about him. No, I forgot about the buff. Oh, that's so bad. So this is going to come down to Maximus getting some shots in, isn't it? So Maximus has to try and get 1 shot off. That's it. Anywhere that Maximus can find for one. Oh no, they've got... Oh no, we killed the Scatterline. So that's it. If Maximus can't find 1 damage right now, if they can pull us out, well, they should be looking... Oh, no way. Oh, I thought I'd blocked off that route. Well, I think I threw that game away. I could have just moved Fixer in there. I could have done quite a few different things. I was honestly sure there was no route through there. I should have double checked that. What an absolute spanner. Either way, well played to Shot by Small. That was a really good game. Again, I love the feel of Xuna. I was really excited to try and use Dr. Feelbad there. I could have also used him to move block as well. There were so many things I could have done there to change that outcome, but our opponent just took advantage of that and absolutely took us out, as they should do. And honestly, I'm kind of happy they did. I need to get better at this game. It has been, a while since I've been playing consistently, so it's natural to get punished by people who've been, playing it a little bit more recently. So, well done, Shot by Small. Really good game. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have too. If you have, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Join us on Patreon over in the description down below. But most importantly is thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.